15 years, the longest standing Bond. I'd love to know about how playing this character has personally changed you from the time you stepped into his shoes till the time that you stepped out.
Immeasurably, just the simply. I can't. You know, there are so many ways that it's changed my life, my professional life, my personal life. The experiences I've had are just so many. I think it will take me 15 years to try and even understand it, comprehend what it was. But it's, I think mainly it's changed me for the better. I've kind of gained a huge amount of confidence from doing these movies, but also just experiences that I will never forget.
It's important to never think of yourself necessarily as a villain when you're playing a villain, and he doesn't perhaps think of himself as hero or villain, black, white, good, evil. If anything, he thinks about as Daniel's Bond being the villain. And that's what the main focus is, making this the best Bond for Daniel, a great send-off. One of my favorite films is Casino Royale.
Same.
And to have it all come full circle for me and be the final villain for Daniel is that's all I really cared about. Making sure I hit him with the hardest 1-2 punch I could, and it really is a gut punch of a film.
How do you think your character is going to change up the Bond franchise moving forward?
I think that Nomi's a nice continuation of the changes that have been made over the last however many years by Barbara Broccoli and Michael Wilson and all members of the team who have really fought for women to have more and more and more agency within the franchise. And now we're at the pinnacle of what that looks like through a character like Nomi, who is outspoken and strong, both mentally and physically. She's able to be everything that she wants to be because she's authentic. And that's important to me because I didn't get a lot of that with people who look like me as a child. So now I'm able to provide that for people who look like me as they are children today.
Could you share a favorite moment, maybe from the last day of filming? Because I can imagine it must have been bittersweet.
I mean, it was definitely an emotionally weighted day. We'd kind of worked out the schedule so that we could shoot with Daniel as the last shot, the last couple scenes. And even as we're, getting ready to shoot the second to last shot, his makeup artist started crying. And then we got to the last shot and his stunt double wasn't even doing stunts that day, but was just there, to support. It was like crying. And then at some point, however, we're still shooting the last take. All these people are crying. I'm just like, okay, I gotta focus on this last shot here. And then when you call it cut, if you say that's it, we got it, check the gate, and then there's no, that's it. There's no take 3 or whatever, we did. So I remember doing one more take just because I just couldn't bring myself to say cut, check the gate. When you eventually do, that's it. That was the end of this, for at least for our production, this an amazingly intense pressure cooker thing, but also a beautiful experience at the same time. And then for Daniel, obviously 15 years of his career, of his life dedicated to playing this role, and just being able to witness, the end of that was a special privilege.
Words of wisdom from you for the next Bond.
Oh, you're not going to get any words of wisdom out of me. Listen, make it your own. Just make it your own. That's all I'd say.